Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Tibbs. I'm the president of HAPevolve, and I'm super excited to have Rob Powers with me today. Rob is the senior vice president of client services for one of HAPevolve's industry partners, EnableComp. Rob, thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Can you talk to us a little bit about EnableComp and your approach and what kind of differentiates you in a pretty otherwise crowded space?
Yeah, that's a good question, Joe. As we all know, there's a number of companies that focus on this complex claims space, but I think, have taken a different approach to it than has been seen in the market. We've been in the space over 20 years, so I think we've built a very good process that is a twofold punch, if you would. Number one is our technology, which we've developed a proprietary platform to handle these various complex claims, work comp claims, veteran administration claims, motor vehicle claims, out-of-state Medicaid claims, and denied claims. But secondarily, we've ensured that we've employed the staff with the revenue cycle backgrounds and payer background to work in tandem with this technology to drive results to our partners. Those results, at the end of the day, are increased cash collections to help shore up their bottom line. The other thing we do that differentiates us is, unfortunately, I think hospitals have had instances where they partner with a vendor who's promised them certain outcomes and they haven't been able to deliver that. One of the things that we've done over the years is really put skin in the game with our contracts. And what I mean by that is, if we make revenue uplift projections, we're willing to go at risk contractually against those projections. What that does, it holds our feet to the fire to deliver, and we consistently do that day in and day out.
So can you walk us through a little bit of how you when you engage with an organization, how do you partner with them? What's the mechanism by which you're able to kind of gain and build a trusted relationship?
Yeah, that's a good question. As we know, you've seen one hospital, right? So everybody has a different workflow, different workforce, different goals and objectives. So we approach each partnership as a one-off partnership. We have obviously common themes in the way we operationalize, but we literally tailor every engagement to the specific needs of that hospital. Secondarily, we make sure that throughout that engagement, everybody involved, all the key stakeholders and line leaders, have full transparency. So they could go into their Epic system or Cerner or Meditech, and at any point in time, see where that claim is in its life cycle, from deliverable to the client, back to the reimbursement to the hospital partner. And what that does, it takes a lot of the phone calls, the emails, the follow-up work off of their staff's plate, so they can refocus efforts elsewhere in the organization.
What is it that you've kind of identified as common concerns when hospitals are looking to partner with EnableComp in this space?
Really, the three ones that tend to bubble up to the surface day in and day out. Number one is, what's the deployment time or the lift going to look like for our organization? The good news is, over the years, I think we've developed one of the leanest and most rapid deployments in the industry. We can typically go live in 60 days or less with new partners, and we do the majority of the lifting for them. So minimal IT engagement is required from their team. So from a deployment and timing perspective, it's a very light lift. It's a very easy project and engagement to deploy into that health system. Secondarily, system integration comes up as a key concern. As we all know, hospitals want their system to remain the source of truth. One unique thing we bring to the table that helps streamline that process is we actually have our own payer ID. And what that means is, when a client deploys with us and they're sending their day one claims over, instead of having to create these bundles or batches of claims and daily drop them onto, say, an SFTP server for us to pick up, that payer ID allows those claims to automatically route from their system through their clearinghouse into our enforcer platform. So it takes workload that, if they were to deploy with another vendor, would have been a piece of work their staff would have to maintain day in and day out, takes it off their plate for them. And then lastly, we have various files like notes files and status files that pipe back into the system. So again, their system will always stay the source of truth. They don't have to worry about having some blind spots or lack of transparency as they work with us.
What is it that specifically kind of sets you apart from all of the other players in the RCM environment?
First and foremost, uncompromising integrity. Our word is our bond. If we say we're going to do something, we get it done. Number two, ecstatic clients. We really focus on ensuring we consistently deliver results to our clients that exceed expectations. Now, how many times have you partnered with a vendor or worked with somebody who promised the world, but they underdeliver significantly? It puts burden back on your team if that happens. Thirdly, empowered team members. We really and truly foster the spirit of we before me and believe in servant leadership in our organization. Fourth, profitable growth. Right? If you engage in partnership with someone like EnableComp, you'd expect value to come back to your organization in terms of higher collections. What's the old saying? No margin, no mission. So we make sure that we deliver profitable growth back to our partners. Innovation is the fifth thing. We continually are reinvesting in technology as well as our people. We know we have to make investments in both those areas to drive outcomes for our hospital partners. And then lastly, I'll put fun out there. We're real people too. We like to get out of the office. So we do sponsor and participate in charity events, golf outings, employee appreciation days. We'll take folks to dinner and lunch. And we really like to just get out there and meet and greet our partners and spend time with them in the field.
Well, Rob, on behalf of myself and HAPevolve, I wanted to say thank you for the time that you spent with us. I found the conversation to be informative and helpful. For those of you that are watching online, Rob's contact information, more information will be available in the description below the video. And as always, you're free to kind of reach out to myself or anyone from my team for more information. So Rob, thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Joe. It's a pleasure.